Now let us see branching. Consider the task of adding a list of n numbers. See the figure 2.10. Number of entries in the list n is stored in memory location n. Register R1 is used as a counter to determine the number of times the loop is executed. Content location n is loaded into register R1 at the beginning of the program. The loop is a straight line sequence of the instructions executed as many times as needed. The loop starts at location loop and ends at the instruction branch greater than 0. During each pass, address of the next list entry is determined and that the entry is fetched and added to R0. The instruction decrement R1 reduces the contents of R1 by 1 each time through the loop. The branch instruction loads a new value into the program counter. As a result, the processor fetches and executes the instruction at this new address called the branch target. A conditional branch instruction causes a branch only if a specified condition is satisfied. If the condition is not satisfied, the PC is incremented in the normal way and the next instruction in sequential address order is fetched and executed. See the figure. Now let us see condition codes. The processor keeps track of information about the result of various operations. This is accomplished by recording the required information in individual bits called condition code flags. These flags are grouped together in a special processor register called the condition code register or status register. For four commonly used flags are n negative, set to 1 if the result is negative, otherwise clear to 0. Z0 set to 1 if the result is 0, otherwise clear to 0. V overflow set to 1 if arithmetic overflow occurs, otherwise clear to 0. C carry set to 1 if the carry out results from the operation, otherwise clear to 0. Now let us see addressing modes. The different ways in which the location of an operand is specified in an instruction are referred to as addressing modes. See the figure 2.1 table. Now let us see implementation of variable and constants. Variable is represented by allocating a memory location to hold its value. Thus the value can be changed as needed using appropriate instructions. There are two assessing modes to assess the variables: register mode and absolute mode. Register mode. The operand is the contents of a register. The name or address of the register is given in the instruction. Registers are used as temporary storage locations where the data in a register are assessed. For example, the instruction move R1, R2 copy contents of register R1 into the register R2. Now let us see absolute direct mode. The operand is in a memory location. The address of the memory location is given explicitly in the instruction. The absolute mode can represent global variables in the program. For example, the instruction move loc, R2 copy content of memory location loc into the register R2. Now let us see immediate mode. The operand is given explicitly in the instruction. For example, the instruction move hash 200 R0, place the value 200 into the register R1. Clearly, the immediate mode is only used to specify the value of the source operand. Now let us see indirection and pointers. Instruction does not give the operand or its address explicitly. Instead, the instruction provides information from which the new addresses of the operand can be determined. This address is called effective address of the operand. Indirect mode. The EA of the operand is the contents of a register or a memory location. The register or memory location that contains the address of an operand is called a pointer. We denote the indirection by name of the register or a new address given in the instruction. Example: add within the bracket r1 comma r0, the operand is in memory register r1 gives the effective address b of the operand. The data is read from location b and added to the contents of the register r0. See the figure. To execute the add instruction in the figure 2.11a, the processor uses the value which is in register R1 as the EA of the operand. It requests a read operation from the memory to read the contents of the location B. The value read is the desired operand which the processor adds to the contents of the register R0. Indirect addressing through a memory location is also possible as shown in the figure 2.11b. In this case, the processor first reads the contents of the memory location A, then requests a second read operation using the value B as an address to operand the operand. Now let us see program explanation. In the above program, register R2 is used as a register pointer to the numbers in the list and the operands are accessed indirectly through R2. The initialization section of the program loads the counter value n from memory location n into R1 and uses the immediate addressing mode to place the address value num1, which is the address of the first number in the list, into R2, then it clears R0 to 0. The first two instructions in the loop implement the unspecified instruction block starting at loop. The first time through the loop, the instruction add of R2 comma R0 fetches the operand at location num1 and add it to R0. The second add instruction add 4 to the contents of the pointer R2 so that it will contain the address value num2 when the above instruction is executed in the second pass through the loop. Now let us see indexing and arrays. A different kind of flexibility for accessing operands is useful in dealing with lists and arrays. Index mode. The operation is indicated as x of array where x is the constant value which defines an offset, also called as displacement. Array, the name of the index register which contains address of a new location. The effective address of the operand is given by EA is equal to x plus Ri. The contents of the index register are not changed in the process of generating the effective address. The constant x may be given either as an explicit number or as a symbolic name representing a numerical value. See the figure. Figure A illustrates two ways of using the index mode. In figure A, index register R1 contains the address of the memory location and the value x defines an offset, also called as displacement, from this address to the location where the operand is found. To find EA of operand, example, add 20 of R1 comma R2. EA gives rise to 1000 plus 20, 1020. An alternative use is illustrated in figure B. Here the constant x corresponds to a memory address and the contents of the index register defines the offset to the operand. In either case, the effective address is the sum of two values. One is given explicitly in the instruction and the other is stored in the register. See the figures. Based with the index mode. Another version of the index mode uses two registers which can be denoted as Ri, Rj. Here a second register may be used to contain the offset x. The second register is usually called the base register. The effective address of the operand is given by EA is equal to Ri plus Rj. This form of indexed addressing provides more flexibility in accessing operands because both components of the effective address can be changed. Based with index and offset mode. Another version of the index mode uses two registers plus a constant which can be denoted as x of Ri, Rj. The effective address of the operand is given by EA is equal to x plus Ri plus Rj. This added flexibility is useful in accessing multiple components inside each item in a record, where The beginning of an item is specified by the ri comma rj part of the addressing mode. In the other words, this mode implements a three-dimensional array. Now let us see relative mode. This is similar to index mode with one difference. The effective address is determined using the PC in the place of the general purpose register RI. The operation is indicated as x of PC. X of PC denotes an effective address of the operand, which is x locations above or below the current contents of the PC. Since the addressed location is identified relative to the PC, the name relative mode is associated with this type of addressing. This mode is used commonly in conditional branch instructions, and instructions such as branch zero loop causes program execution to go to the branch target location identified by name loop if the branch condition is satisfied. Now let us see additional addressing modes. First is auto increment mode. Effective address of the operand is contents of a register is specified in the instruction. See the figure 2.16. After accessing the operand, the contents of this register are automatically incremented to point to the next item in a list. Implicitly, the increment amount is 1. This mode is denoted as RI plus, where RI is a pointer register. Second one is auto decrement mode. The contents of the register specified in the instruction are first automatically decremented and are then used as effective address of the operand. This mode is denoted as minus of RI, where RI is the pointer register. These two modes can be used together to implement an important data structure called a stack. See the figure.